So the pandemic affected a lot of us when it came to those of us focused on our fitness goals. Obviously, I myself have not been to an actual gym in over a year now, 15 months. And so as a result, we all kind of handled it as we could to still accomplish our fitness goals. In my case, I've turned this room in my home into the most random experience of gym and other stuff. So got an old elliptical over here, got a few... Have ever seen me do a virtual show? Or here's where the magic happens on this pathetic table with that microphone. So we've all handled the pandemic in weird ways to make it work, especially when it comes to fitness. Now, one of the things I ended up doing was to invest in a rowing machine. Maybe you have as well, which is why you're watching this video, or maybe you're thinking about it. Now, in this case, after some research, I decided to invest in the WaterRower rowing machine. This is their Series 4. It's a pretty standard rower. And why I decided to go with a rowing machine is because it is capable in one machine of working out so many different parts of your body with the one fluid motion that comes with rowing. So that was my goal in going into it, just kind of continuously keeping the cardio that I'd been doing going, working out all of the different parts of my body that I had been working out at the gym through free weights and barbells and machines, things of that nature, but trying to do it within one machine given the pandemic. And it was a worthy investment. So right now I just want to talk to you further about WaterRower in particular and comparing it with ProForm, the other big rower that's on the market. Now, WaterRower, what makes it very appealing is that this is all handmade. So when you put in that order, what you're putting into, they're putting it together just for you. Because of that, and especially during the pandemic, it took 6 weeks for this to be delivered to me. It arrived in 2 separate packages, and then installation and putting together this WaterRower is really not that difficult. It'll take you a maximum of like 45 minutes, and if you've been familiar with putting together IKEA furniture, whether you find that aggravating or that's easy for you, hopefully it's easy, because it is probably no different than putting together this machine. At most, what they provide you are Allen wrenches. That's maybe the toughest part for anybody who is just not used to installing something, but even then, just tightening it, putting it all together, and that makes it work very well. Now, WaterRower relies very heavily on, of course, you're using water in order to get that rowing and that pressure going. You can go ahead and put in municipal water into this water rowing device. However, I don't live in an area where I have municipal water. I rely on well water, and well water should not be put in here. So in order to do that, putting in 4 gallons of distilled water should fill this up appropriately for rowing. This will give you a separate part here on WaterRower's customer service, which I've also been very impressed with. Their emailing is great. And in this case, in asking that question about how to fill the water and what appropriate water and amount to use, since I couldn't use municipal water, I called up their phone line. Their customer service was very helpful, answered that question for me, and in the months since I've been using this, it's been really helpful. So I have to say, on top of just the handmade care to this WaterRower, also their customer service, very good. In buying this, it ultimately amounted to being a little over $1,200. So again, a very expensive investment, but if you're gonna make that investment, it better be a worthy one. And so far, I found it to be accomplishing my goals with rowing with the WaterRower. And again, I'll say this, I was so used to working out with the normal gym equipment that was there, doing my cardio on a treadmill. I was not a big rower in advance of getting this. So this is a great rowing machine for somebody just getting into it. It's also great for somebody more advanced in it. A lot to WaterRower has been very appealing so far. So now, getting yourself into the WaterRower, just line your shoes up into here, and then there's just tightening devices, your usual kinds of bands that you would use to tighten yourself in there. I'll show you a little later the device that sets yourself up with rowing, allowing you to do some programs along the way. But again, with rowing and using the WaterRower, very simple. pushing off with your legs, and again, you can hear the water going. But it's a really nice device, really great machine, and I've been really happy with it. So again, the criticism that I've found of WaterRower as compared to ProForm is related to it depending on your height. So as you can see, this is very low to the ground. So some individuals who might be taller may not enjoy how low to the ground they have to go in being in a WaterRower. I'm 5'9", works out great for me, but for some taller individuals out there, it might be a little difficult to go this low to the ground. And so ProForms, if you notice that rower, a bit higher in how the back of the rower goes, so that allows a much easier row for somebody that might be taller getting onto the rower. Of that, that's the only major criticism I've seen if you compare WaterRower to ProForm. So I think all of the benefits of WaterRower, stumbling on the name, WaterRower are worth doing. Let me now go ahead and shift over and show you the control panel for WaterRower. To operate the controls, you can just turn it on. And as you can see, it's flashing, so then there are a variety of different options that you could pick. There are workout programs that you could do. You could also just do a timed program and run it to however long you want to just be on the rower. So if you look in the manual for WaterRower, there are, as I mentioned, a variety of different options that you could do to do programs that are set to challenge yourself. They have zones, units, things like that. So to me, a pretty standard control panel that allows you to do what you want manually, also potentially do some rowing programs that are offered to you. But as you can see, not particularly of an elaborate control screen as compared to what's out there these days. Though I do believe WaterRower offers more elaborate things, games of that kind, the way Peloton does, or things that might help you to motivate you as you're rowing. So you can upgrade and look into that, but for the sake of just what the WaterRower is, when you get this one, it looks similar to this and a very standard approach to following along with how long, how intense your rowing has gone. So ultimately, do I think WaterRower is a good investment? If you've got the money, if you have the passion with rowing, if you want to have something in your home that gets you working out all parts of your body, yeah, I definitely think it's worth that investment if you can afford it. Allows for these situations that we found ourselves in the pandemic, where you can make your home gym a little better and get as much of a workout and keep on top of your cardio and working out all different body parts that rowing can offer to you. So, if you have any questions related to WaterRower, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you have any comments, want to share about your experience with WaterRower, go for it. Please do like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. There'll be more fitness DIY videos coming up. And yeah, that's it for me. So just row away.